Hello everyone, Mr. Lipchick here, and our segment of instruction today will be on sole proprietorships. Okay, sole proprietorships, they are a form of business organization, a very common one today. A business organization is an establishment formed to carry on a commercial enterprise. By commercial, it means related to business, for profit. There are many different forms of business organizations today within our economy, so we will eventually cover all of them. Okay, a sole proprietorship is defined as a business owned and managed by a single individual. Sole proprietorships are the most common form of business organization. If you look to the right at the plumbing and cleaning truck, you'll notice that it looks very familiar. There are a lot of people in the skilled trades, electrical people, plumbing people, who are sole proprietorships, who may go out and do jobs on their own, maybe with have a couple employees at most. Most sole proprietorships are small. Altogether, sole proprietorships generate only about 6% of all United States sales, relatively small businesses, primarily in the service sector. There are definite advantages to a sole proprietorship. Ease of startup. Does not take a great deal of money in most instances to start up a small business that you own yourself. With a small amount of paperwork and legal expenses, just about anybody can start a sole proprietorship. You go downtown to your local business office and get a license and begin to put together your organization. And there are relatively few regulations that you must abide by because of your small size. A proprietorship is the least regulated form of business organization in comparison with organizations such as corporations, which have a mountain of red tape that they must follow. As a sole proprietor, you are the sole receiver of profit. So you have an incentive to do very well in your business. After paying taxes, the owner of the sole proprietorship keeps all the profits for his or herself. You have full control of your business. Owners of sole proprietorships can run their businesses as they wish, and there's a deep psychological benefit of being one's own boss. When you work for a boss, sometimes you'll have a great boss, and it'll be a great experience, but unfortunately, sometimes it is not always a great experience. So working for yourself and having freedom over your day is very satisfying. Also, it is easy to discontinue a sole proprietorship. Besides paying off your legal obligations, such as taxes and debt, no other legal obligations need to be met to stop doing business. You simply close up shop. There are, however, disadvantages to being a sole proprietor. The biggest disadvantage of sole proprietorships is unlimited personal liability. Liability is the legally bound obligation to pay debts. You're the only owner, therefore you are the only person who can be sued for something your company does or fails to do. A common concern for sole proprietorships are workplace injuries. Okay, that is a big worry. Also, sole proprietorships have limited access to resources such as physical capital. Because you're small, you don't generate a great deal of revenue, and getting a hold of capital is difficult. Human capital can also be limited because no one knows everything. And if you're small, you cannot have a large workforce. Sole proprietorships have trouble paying fringe benefits, although this may be changing with the new healthcare regulations. Fringe benefits are payments and compensation to employees other than wages or salaries, more prevalent with larger corporations. The most commonly sought fringe benefit is health insurance, especially by people who have children. Another one would be daycare, and it is difficult to provide daycare. It's very expensive. Examples of fringe benefits that people seek: paid vacation, sick leave, retirement pay, employer-sponsored health insurance, and employer-sponsored life insurance. All these things are expensive. If you're a small operation, it is more than likely that you will not be able to afford them. And as I mentioned, on-site daycare. Larger companies could provide this, and some people look at it and they don't really understand why, but it helps them in the long run because they're able to hire a lot of talented women who have daycare needs that they must fulfill. So they can drop their child off at the daycare center, go to their office, perform their work, and pick their child up when they go home. And that enables them to recruit the best possible talent. Sole proprietorships often have trouble finding and keeping good employees. Generally, they cannot offer the security and advancement opportunities that a larger company can, and they offer little in the way of fringe benefits. And good employees will seek the highest possible salary offered for their labor. So, if you run an accounting firm or bookkeeping firm with just a couple people, and you can't offer a lot of benefits, you may be stuck with employees who the larger companies would not hire. Sole proprietorships lack permanence. Whenever an owner closes up shop due to illness, retirement, or for any other reason, the business ceases to exist. That concludes our discussion on sole proprietorships. Thank you for your attendance, and I look forward to seeing you in the live lesson. Have a great day.